Hey, baby. Wake up. Look at the camera. Right now. There you go. Hey.
So she dated it February 10th, 2019. This woman changed my life and made me overcome things I didn't have the strength for. You always make a way out of nothing. I love you, Brittany, and you know how I'm coming. I got lost on purpose, but when I'm ready, I'll resurface. Check out my artwork, is what she posted on her social media page. So I checked it out. Very Jean-Michel Basquiat. She may have had a future in art. Now all her artwork will get her is a few extra coffees and soups and some rolling paper for a trade. I know a little too much about that, I know. Now on November 8th, 2021, quote, I stopped hanging out with people that meant no good to my life, and now 4 of them are dead. I surround myself with people that can build with me or have motives, not smoke and drink all day, end quote. And shortly, less than 2 weeks later, an 8-year-old girl by the name of Amari Hall, her girlfriend's daughter, would be dead and murdered by the woman that she and her other siblings referred to as Dad.
Meantime, the search for a missing 8-year-old girl is underway in Gwinnett County tonight. Nicole Amari Hall's been missing for 30 hours now.
Her mother reported the child missing from the hometown studios and suites on Jimmy Carter Boulevard in Peachtree Corners Sunday morning. Fox 5's Deidre Dukes joins us live from the scene. Deidre?
Now, police are currently searching a heavily wooded area that borders the property. They gathered here a few hours ago to launch that search. We are told that if the little girl is out there, they hope to find her before nightfall.
Brittany Hall met with Gwinnett police detectives Monday as the search continued for her daughter, 8-year-old Nicole Amari Hall. The child's mother says she woke just before 9 Sunday morning to find the girl missing from their upstairs unit at the hometown studios and suites on Jimmy Carter Boulevard in Peachtree Corners.
I woke up yesterday morning and my daughter wasn't here. The doors cracked. I went outside. I went to go around the whole place. I went twice. I did not see her. I called 911.
Hall's neighbor, James Terrell, said property management checked his room and others.
The rent office came and they started knocking on doors, checking for the girl. They came in my room, and then they left out. And then that's when I knew the girl was missing.
Hall said responding officers ransacked her room and searched the property, looking for clues in the girl's disappearance.
They was out here for about 4 to 5 hours. I was looking around, but they said they only went in a 3-mile radius. There's not nothing. This is not a good area. There's a lot of trafficking going on. I don't even want to say it, but who's to say that happened?
Hall moved here about 2 months ago with Nicole and the girl's 2 younger siblings. The child is autistic. Her mother says she has never gone off on her own. The child is 4 foot 10 inches tall and weighs 80 pounds. She has brown eyes and black shoulder-length hair. Hall was last seen wearing a blue Tweety Bird jacket with a blue and white pajama set. She is possibly wearing her glasses and her rainbow light-up shoes.
She's very, very smart. Even though she's autistic, she's very aware of things. She's very observant.
Boots on the ground. Searches was made to try to find this missing girl, and 2 days later she was found, but not the way her loved ones would have hoped. She was put in trash bags and just dumped a little way from the road in a wooded area. It wouldn't be long before detectives on the case would find out that Brittany and Celeste that they were liars. And I always say this in my other videos. You can't help but love this generation. I mean, they record everything. They post about everything. It doesn't matter what. I think it's all that some of them know how to do. Celeste had searched for things on her phone like what to do when a child just don't listen. Lakes near me. How does sewers work on the street? And why do kids run away? And how do you report someone missing? There were also dozens of videos of both the mother and Celeste beating all three children. Celeste even blindfolded one of the younger boys and was beating him and stomping and dragging all of the children. Brittany would beat the children with cords and belts across their legs. She even yelled at Amari, screaming, "You're stupid as fuck," repeatedly hitting her over 10 times. And this is all being recorded. Celeste being recorded renting a U-Haul. This is more than likely how Celeste would commute Amari's deceased body. When she drove Amari to that wooded area in DeKalb County and tossed her, and Brittany knew all about it. There was digital footprints of almost everything. And the other children were told, she just went to the bad kids hospital and mommy would go get weed. This is what one of the younger kids says. And she also says that mommy had stuffed Amari's mouth with toilet paper. And the next day she just wouldn't wake up. And they put her in a container with a lid on it. Police believe that Amari had been hit over the head by Celeste, and that was how she passed. Now there's been other reports saying the prolonged abuse that not only Amari, but Amari had suffered throughout the years just added to her dying. The kids also said how after Amari was put in this container with the lid on it, she was put in a trunk and she was taken to the bad kids hospital. Amari autopsies would reveal that she suffered fractured ribs, internal bleeding, malnourishment, and she was diagnosed with battered child syndrome. These kids, all three of these young kids, they had it the worst. Not just living in that hotel room. They were not even in any school. They were quote unquote being homeschooled, and we all know how that goes sometimes. Terrible. Terrible. The kids were also made to sleep on the floor and not even eating very much. Brittany Hall is accused of long-term abuse that contributed to her death. Now, the Department of Children and Family Services, they had past involvement with Brittany and the children. And by the way, she will also face murder charges. Her murder charges are coming up as well. Brittany had in the past tried to adopt out Amari. She said she, quote, wanted to get her off her hands, end quote. But for some reason, she just didn't do it. Now, I believe it's probably because Amari was getting a check. A check because she was an autistic child. And she probably didn't want to part with the money. But in actuality, she didn't want any of these kids. By the way she was treating them so badly, how could she want any of these children? I was listening to several videos right here on YouTube, court trials, and I listened to a great many of them. Prosecutors and the detectives that worked on this case. One said it was like a nightmare. He couldn't stop thinking. Before he went to bed, he would think about what they went through. Even had nightmares. And he said it would be a long time before he can get over everything he's seen, he witnessed, and he heard. I just wanted to just bring a little bit of attention to Amari Hall's case. And hopefully the mother, she will be up next, and hopefully her sentencing will follow suit.
Count 1, malice murder. You are hereby sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. does hereby sentence you to consecutive 235 years. So life without parole plus 235 years. You will never see the light of day to perpetrate this type of behavior, cruelty, and evilness upon another person.
I would like to add that during the trial, the maternal grandmother, that is Brittany's mom, she had told anyone that would have listened, if Brittany wanted to give her the children, she would have gladly have taken them. She loved her grandkids. She didn't feel that Amari was a problem at all. And now the kids were temporarily in foster care, but the grandparents, Tony and Barbara Wright, they would take custody of the remaining children. And I did read that the kids are doing well and striving despite what happened to their big sister.